What's up, guys? So you know it's gonna be a good day when you start off with a package like this. I'm gonna get to this. I woke up this morning and it was here. I mean, give you a little hint of what it might be. You'll see in a second. Oh, let's go. So this is my Blausch Performance Turbo TD05H 16 gauge 7mm inlet. Let me open this up. Alright, so we got our gaskets. Oh nice, we got our studs. I was wondering about these. Awesome. My first ever turbo. So right here, we got our Blausch Performance Turbo. Beautiful. Oh man, this is awesome. Woo, baby. Let's go. That's pretty nice. Genuinely happy right now. I can't fake this if I tried. But look at that. It's a beaut. It's a beaut. Back down. And she's free. Sketchy. Definitely not complaining about this purchase. Hopefully it all works out well. I still have to figure out how to go from the 90-degree to the straight inlet. Be interesting. I'll show you what I decided to do once I mounted up and everything. Awesome. Alright. Put this down. I need that. First things first, install the studs. That look crazy. So, as you can see, the two turbos, a little different. So the nipple on the wastegate is obviously in a different spot, so I might need a new line for that. I forget what this is for, but that's at least in the same spot. These two coolant lines are in the same spot, and the one underneath is in the same spot. Also, this one is not, I mean, it's in the same spot, it's just oriented 45-degree in the other direction. Hopefully that doesn't cause too much of a problem. Just thinking about it, this should come right here. I mean, I might just need more hose. More hose. But yeah, I mean, other than that, and the wastegate one, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I mean, we got the gaskets, and I guess we could just mock her up, see what I have to do about this. Whoa, that's not good. Definitely not good. Fuck. Oh. So, it's been a while since I last filmed, but only because I was disappointed in myself. I was worried that since I had the turbo off and it's been about a month or so, even though I plugged the up pipe, a problem is this hood has vents. And my dumbass was worried but didn't do anything about it. And you can't see now because I'm in the process of fixing it, but that was filled up to that one line with water. So I had to come down here, take this stupid ass heat shield off, which the bolts were stripped, just to get to these bolts up here. And you can see now draining. So I'm gonna do the other side and pull the headers off and let them dry out before I install the turbo. Rookie fucking mistakes. Also, not having a garage. I wish I had a fucking garage. I don't know if you can see this, but here's the header. And here's all the water that came out. And there's still more. No doubt. I'm soaked now because I was laying down here. But that's what I deserve. So since it was dark last night, I'm gonna dump out the water from the headers now and you'll see how bad it really is. A little smudge. Alright, yeah. So, oh, hold on. Listen. No, so point the camera in here.
Oh.
You can see the water.
In here?
No, right here.
Oh yeah, there's the water.
So, alright. Yep. That's about half of what was in there. That's crazy. What's up, guys? So, as you can see here, the audio wasn't working for some reason, but basically, I was giving a rundown of what happened after I took the headers off. If you didn't notice in the last clip, when I was dumping out the headers, the up pipe was actually missing the upper flange, because when I took them off, it snapped in half. So I had to get a new one, and I didn't want to put the rusty headers back on, so instead I upgraded that as well, and the rest of my exhaust system. But after the turbo, I realized I needed a couple more things, obviously, as it goes with older cars. So the next clip is a rundown of what I actually got. So as you can see, I got a Cobb 3-inch downpipe used off of Facebook Marketplace. It works great, it's catted, and bolts right onto the 02 WRX turbo that I got. Also, those headers you see there are pair and equal length headers I got from a friend, and I wrapped those since there's no more heat shielding. The AEM gauges, obviously, their gauges got boost gauge, AFR, and oil pressure, the three main ones you basically need. With the equal length headers, I actually ended up needing a Sti Oil Pan. I got this oil pan off of Rock Auto. It's for an 06 STI, and it bolts right on. One thing nobody told me, and I found out recently the hard way, is you need a new oil dipstick and dipstick tube to go with the STI oil pan. I found that out once I put oil in my car, and it wasn't reading way too high. But yeah, you need the new oil pan because of the equal length headers run a different way. Right here's, I got some killer B parts because typical snowball effect. While you're in there, you might as well fix it or replace it. This is the oil baffle. I got this because why not, right? Basically, it keeps the oil off the crank, so it doesn't really increase horsepower, but it reduces drag from excess oil splashing up onto the crank. But what every Subaru should get is this other killer B part that I'm about to open. This right here is an essential, I believe. It is an oil pickup. For some reason, Subarus are commonly known to have the oil pickup actually snap, which then obviously starves your engine of oil, which then blows it up. I don't know why they're made so cheap, but this one is very high quality, very sturdy. Welds are beautiful. So I'm glad I did that for not so much maintenance, but to take precautions so my car can last as long as it possibly can. Alright, so I just filmed an entire clip with no volume, but with new headers and downpipe, there's going to be better airflow, which means more fuel. So right here, got some Sti pink injectors. For the intake, I got a couple hoses because they don't make anything for my car. Right here, also unnecessary, but stoked on it. Got the HKS filter. It's actually really good quality. I didn't know what to expect personally. So with this, I would need the intake hoses. So I got these silicone couplers and this vibrant tube. I cut it down already, drilled the holes for fittings. Then I got the fittings that need to be welded on here. So that is that for the intake. Then obviously the big boy, the Bloush turbo, you already saw it. Because they don't make, or because my car had a 90-degree upsweep, I had to make my own off this one. So here I got a vibrant 90-degree coupler. It was probably 4 inches on either side of the bend, and I cut off mostly all of it. So that's on there pretty good. And then in order for the 90-degree to actually fit to this 90-degree, the stock one goes from 2 1/4 to 2 1/2. So I had to order a 2 1/4 inch pipe, cut that down pretty much almost all the way in order for these to have a harder surface to clamp. So that's that for the turbo. This out the way. I have a Honda oil filter. I actually bought a Mobil 1 oil filter just because I was at Pep Boys, which obviously work fine. OEM is cheaper, but it turns out these Honda oil filters, same thread pitch, they're a little deeper, but because the motors can rev out to 9 grand and over, there's a stronger spring in here which allows it to hold the oil pressure better, as well as, I don't know if you can see here, I can show you later, but this concaves, whereas the top of this filter is flat. I don't know if you can see the difference. This is all flat with the provisions. This has more provisions and it's concave, so it actually allows the oil to move around better at those high RPMs, where this is sort of like hits and it'll come back down. And like I said, less provisions in here, so better flow through here, which I actually learned last night from a friend who actually gave me this. So that'll be cool to use. Little things you don't know until you meet people. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It's funny, OEM filters you'd assume are all the same, but some companies just have better designs. Looking forward to that. What I'm looking forward to most is this. I got this off Facebook, and it came from, where'd it go? Kapolei, Hawaii, which I didn't even know. I just ordered it off Facebook. This right here, I opened this and I felt like a child. Oh, I was so happy. This, never thought I'd own a piece by this company anytime soon. This was kind of necessary. So it's a blow-off valve, and the recirculating valve that comes stock, it's 30 years old, you don't know. There could be decreased boost at higher RPMs because of a leak or a crack or something. I figured I'd get a new one, but I got something that I want. Not the cheapest, but an ARC BNR 32, 33 blow-off valve, I believe. Still can't believe I have this. Feel like a little kid. But almost perfect condition. Couple nicks here, couple paint chips, but no big deal. In the engine bay, that's gonna look sick, especially knowing it's ARC. So I'm super happy on that. Would be the oil pan and the Killer Bee stuff. If I don't do that first, I honestly can't proceed with anything else, because without the headers I can't put all the piping, without that I can't put the turbo on. So let's get to it. About 4 hours later, I finally got the oil pan on. It's the last 4 bolts in the back that take forever. Now I am going to continue putting everything back on the car. So I have the equal length headers I'm going to put on, up pipe, turbo, down pipe, and route all the lines and stuff. So I'm hoping this is going to be much easier than that oil pan. It took me 4 hours, probably 2 hours just for the last 2 bolts. And I lost 2 bolts, but luckily with the Killer Bee oil baffle, I had 2 extra bolts that were the same thread pitch, same bit size and everything. So let me get to it. Getting a little tired, so hopefully get this done. For anybody who has wrapped headers before, do not touch the wrap. You got splinters for days. So make sure to wear gloves at all times. I got the up pipe on. Gonna tighten the brackets, put the bolts on. I got the up pipe on, but now I get to put the turbo on finally, and I'm stoked on that. So yesterday, I finished the oil pan, the baffle, the pickup, headers, up pipe, and I got the turbo mounted. I still need a couple of vacuum lines. I mean, you could see another one of these lines, which is 22 millimeter. This little guy down here, you can't really see it, that little nipple. I gotta put the downpipe on and the intake, but that should really be it. So I'm gonna get started before I lose daylight again. I got the downpipe on. Now I have to put the O2 sensor for the AFR gauge in. All these bolts are snug on top, on bottom. Oil feed and drain line are on. Wastegate has the vacuum line on. This will get attached once the top mount's on, same with this. And this is for the blow-off valve, but that needs to get plugged. This is for the blow-off valve.